be no one to stop us this time.
Will Rogers Airport. Yeah, they went and named their airport after a guy who died in a plane crash. Some things shouldn't go together, you know? I mean, you'll never see Jerry Garcia's rehab center, Michael Jackson's daycare. Yeah, you get my point. So I drove all the way to Oklahoma City, but I got lost. I ended up driving all the way to Tulsa. I took the wrong exit because I'm dyslexic. Yeah, the exit sign said Tulsa. I thought it said a slut. Ooh, I gotta check this out. Tulsa. Okay, some of y'all feel free to work these out on a napkin if you have to. They're pretty funny. Anyway, I finally get to Oklahoma City. My first day driving in Oklahoma City, I got in a wreck. I got hit by a pickup truck in Oklahoma City. What are the odds of that? Which is embarrassing. This truck apparently was trying to get around my Porsche way too fast. What? Why do people chuckle that I drive a Porsche? I know, little bitty car fits me like a glove. Get over it. But it's not like I'm rich or nothing. See, I found out 2 years ago, it's easy to get a Porsche if you're Mexican. I got mine with a home improvement loan. Well, no, I needed a new car 2 years ago. I went to my bank back home in El Paso. I put on a real heavy accent. So when the loan officer came up going, "Can I help you, sir?" I'm going, "Yes, I'd like to borrow money to buy a Porsche." And then I'm driving in Oklahoma, this truck, he came around me too close, he clipped my front bumper. And my front bumper that's supposed to save my life one day snapped off and flew up into a tree. Yeah, now it's really embarrassing because being from Texas, there's my front license plate in the goddamn tree. Because they don't have front license plates in most states anymore. I don't know why you still have front license plates in Texas. Apparently in Texas, too many criminals will back away from crime scenes. Okay, some of this stuff goes over your head. Things got worse. And I was doing a show and had this big convention of cattle buyers in town. In Oklahoma, cattle buyers, what are the odds? First two comics go up on stage, they got booed and heckled off the stage by these rowdy drunk cattle buyers. Sure enough, it's my turn, I'm already intimidated enough. I remember as soon as I stood up underneath the lights of the stage, some smart-ass cattle buyer in the back stands up, starts to go, "Okay, now let's do 35 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45." I'm like, I can't complain though, because later some drunk cowgirl tried to milk me. No, I had to turn her down because I got married last year, so I don't fool around on the road as much. No, I'm kidding, I'm happily married. I married my high school sweetheart. She graduates in June, and no, it's a joke. I'm glad you guys laughed. In Oklahoma, they're like, "What's wrong with that?" No, and we're happily married too. Thanks for asking. Well, I'm glad we got married when we did because we had a big traditional Catholic wedding. Any Catholics here by applause? Hey, yeah. How do you Catholics deal with no beer? Because that's the best thing about being Catholic. We can still get drunk and party. Because other churches have AA meetings and support groups. Us Catholics, we still just have confession. We can get as drunk as we want, just so long as we make it to church the next morning. "Oh, bless me, Father, for I probably sinned last night. Ooh, toilet paper, I'm in the wrong room again. I hate it when I do that." Get this is not my first time doing a military gig. It's in wartime anyway. I was in Bosnia in 1997 when the fighting was just still a little hot. And of course, y'all saw me today, they give me a flak jacket. Yeah, right. They don't even fasten in the front. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, Sergeant, hold on a second." He's like, "Oh, don't worry. Anything that jacket will stop couldn't penetrate that belly anyway." Because at least you guys have the plates in these ones. In Bosnia, it's just the flak jacket. And I'm thinking, all right, they call it body armor, my ass. I read the little card. This will protect you in like a small arms fire from a distance. It'll protect you in a ricochet. It'll protect you in a food fight. That's good to know. And the reason why they're worried about snipers out there, I'm thinking the only way this is going to stop a sniper's bullet is if he throws it at me. "Hey, cut that shit out, I got my jacket on." And this is neat because, I mean, here we found out until we got here, we don't have to wear the jackets. Like, you know, God, when Bosnia, a couple of times, most of the guys stood up because by the time you take all the stuff off, you know, it just takes so long to take it off and on. Whereas Or if you sit down with it, who wants to sit down? Because you sit down with all that shit, it starts to come up on you, and it's like it starts to get on your neck. You can't breathe because all the shit on you. Now you know what it feels like to be me every goddamn day of my life. And then get this, for our shows here, I normally for stages I wear bright Hawaiian shirts, which I apologize once again. I'm not going to tell you what airline screwed up my luggage. Let's just say it's an airline that serves mostly the Southwest. And it was funny because in Bosnia we had these outdoor shows. A couple places were still tent cities, and we did these shows outdoors at night, which is kind of weird because, so they weren't so homesick. The MWR rep said, where would you normally wear on stage back in the States? So I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirts. They brought in landing lights to serve as stage lights. I'm up on a stage outdoors wearing my bright shirts. I need the bright lights in front of like 100 soldiers sitting in the dark wearing camouflage. I'm like, why do you guys have to wear your camouflage 24/7? He goes, in case of sniper attack. Oh shit. Suddenly I felt like part of Operation Big Slow Target up there. It's great to be in the Balkans, man. How's everybody? Hell, at one of my shows, some white guy brought a laser pointer. Haha, very funny now. He's in the back of the crowd going, let's make the big boy dance tonight. Lights me up going, shit, don't do that, man. I just got engaged. Some bitch. One of the best road trips I got to do was when I was in Bosnia last time. I flew back just in time to get to Germany during the Oktoberfest in September. Yeah, they moved it up a month. Apparently Germans can't wait to get drunk. And Oktoberfest is a trip. I bet y'all have been to a few. Oh man, I didn't know this. All these like a dozen beer tents. It's not just whoop-up bands and bullshit. They got like German rock stars, German rappers. Did y'all check that out? I couldn't believe you walk in a tent and you hear the guy going, hip hop, hippie-zoo, hippie, roll out, bell-to-za, bang, bang, boogie, let's rock, you don't get stopped. It's like, this is cool. I didn't understand a lot of the rapper was saying, but some of the English phrases they borrowed are frightening. Yeah, you'd be scared too if you're in a tent full of Germans and the guy on the mic starts to go, throw your hands in the air, now! And one thing, I had to fly, of course, to this gig. When I'm working in the States, I drive to most of my gigs. I'll drive across the state of Texas because, well, a friend of mine got a job with a major airline. He told me something scares the hell out of me. Did y'all know this, that when there's something wrong with a plane, the pilot or captain will lie to the passengers? They will make shit up. You've been on a plane before when it falls out of the sky 200 feet from no reason, chunk crap falls out of the overhead. The captain comes on to calm everybody down with that. Don't be alarmed. Oh yeah, they always take that deep breath first too. Does that freak anybody else out? Makes you wonder what the hell they do in that cockpit to calm themselves down in an emergency. It's like, don't be alarmed. And then they lie to you like, apparently we struck a air pocket. Maybe a pothole. How the hell should I know? Bullshit, we could be dodging UFOs up there. They're not telling us the truth. And they're not required to be truthful. They lie to you even when it's not life-threatening. I was in Chicago a couple of summers ago. We're sitting on the ground at the gate for an hour and a half. People are checking their watches. I see them unload the luggage. So we're gonna switch aircraft, but are they gonna tell us why? Hell no. He comes on with that. Your attention, please. This here's your captain speaking. Oh yeah, they always have the southern drawl too. You could be flying out of Chicago, LA, New York. It doesn't matter. They put on that phony southern drawl. You know why? Because 4 years ago they did a survey and found out that us passengers feel more comfortable knowing if Cooters that controls this here thing. So they put on the southern drawl, then they lie to you like, we gonna switch planes because this one's developed a flat tire. Bullshit. Of course, if they ever told us the truth, we'd never fly again. If he came right out and admitted, we noticed that tire went flat when the wing snapped off and hit it. Just once with as much flying as I have to do, I'd love to hear a Mexican voice coming over the intercom. Why not? Our people have made great strides everywhere else. Why not in the cockpit of a plane? I'd love to be ready for takeoff, wedged in that, sitting down in that little seat. All of a sudden, hearing over the intercom that
your attention
Attention please, this is your Capitan speaking. I'm in my little chair going, mi gente. My people. Of course, imagine a Hispanic pilot having to make up a lie when there's something wrong with a plane. We can't be taking off on this plane because, oh, how do I explain you guys? I know, does anybody have jumper cables? And my cousin's got a lowrider, lives out in East Los Angeles, has one of them big old speakers in the trunk. You know, where he pulls up next to you, a stoplight, your car, you think your car's like vibrating and fucked up, then you realize, oh, it's just his speaker. Those big, yeah, he's got one of those where, the reason why it's so big and loud is because he ripped it off from the old Burger King drive-thru. Remember those big speakers you used to have at Burger King? No matter how big they got, they never got clear. It'd be like, it just get louder, it'd be like, what? Yeah, let me have a triple burger with cheese, 2 large order of fries, a jumbo chocolate shake, oh, and a small Diet Coke. Haha, like I'm the only one who does that. I found a way to get in with these people being a comedian. I pulled up one day, I get that. I'm in my car going, sure, let me have a turbo cheese, order fries, jumbo chocolate shake, small Diet Coke. Can you speak up into the microphone, please, sir? No problem. Turbo cheese, order fries, jumbo chocolate shake, small Diet Coke. Can you pull up to the window, please, sir? So you pull up to the window, we've all seen this before. Even before they had their own TV show, you recognize Beavis and Butthead wearing their stupid paper hats, looking at your car with that vacuous look like, oh, what are my claws or something? Yeah, you drinking fun. Oh yeah, y'all don't get cable out here, do ya? I do Beavis and Butthead jokes. Some of y'all are chuckling, the rest of y'all are staring at me like the next door neighbor. Say, aren't those the 2 boys been whacking off in my tool shed?
Seekers.